Good afternoon! Yay! New video! It is Saturday, January 24th. And today I'm going to be doing a book talk video. Now, this video will have spoilers. So, when I get to that point, I will tell you when the spoilers are going to be, because I don't want to spoil any of you if you were planning on reading this book. So, here goes nothing. Today, I will be doing a book talk on the book The Ring and the Crown by Melissa De La Cruz. And I finished this book last weekend, and I believe I gave it 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. And I will tag my Goodreads below so you can check me on that. And if I'm wrong, comment down below. Do it. Anyway, this book is about mainly people in the Regency era of like the world, and it is currently the London season, and it follows 5 different there are 5 different storylines in the book that all kind of intertwine in the middle of the book, and they don't all intertwine, but like some of the stories intertwine, and then like some of the other stories intertwine, and then those stories intertwine with each other. So technically they all do intertwine at the end of the book, but it follows 5 different stories. The first story being Marie Victoria, the princess of the Franco-British Empire, which is what the London season is revolved around. The second point of view is from Eowyn Mudryn, who is a mage, and in this society, the mages are basically the rulers, and the queen is just a figurehead for like people to look up to. But the mages are like do all the behind the scene work and the political, like they'll make all the political no scandals, and they are influenced by these mages, and royalty basically gets advised by these magical people, either men or women. It depends on the on who is their royal mage. In this story, Eowyn is the daughter of the Queen Eleanor's mage, and mage slash Merlin slash whatever you want to call him, he's magical. And they were best friends since they were little, and then Eowyn goes off to an island to learn about her magic because she's done a scandalous thing. And when she's coming back, and she's 16 or 17 now, and she returns to the palace to do this, to come back for the London season and take over her father, who's growing older, and Marie Victoria is getting ready to take the throne. The third point of view is from Ronan Astor's point of view, and she is a American girl who is coming to the London season to find a husband because her family is corrupt, and she's gone bankrupt, and her father and her mother need her to marry so she can have all the the money that the family needs to keep their house, and so she can keep being this rich, important figurehead in the American societies. She comes over to the London season. Her main priority is to find a rich, wealthy husband. The fourth point of view is from a girl named Isabel, and she is the Lady of Orleans, and basically her and the Crown Prince of Prussia have fallen in love, and Isabel is engaged to be married to him. The deal with that is that Princess Marie Victoria has to marry the Prussian prince to end the war between the Franco-British Empire and the Prussians. So, Isabel is coming to the London season to sign off on her marriage and say, no, that's not going to happen, we're not getting married anymore, which she doesn't want to do because she thinks she's in love with him, and he thinks she's in love with her, and all that crazy stuff. And the fifth point of view is from the Crown Prince's younger brother, Wolfgang, or also known as Wolf. He obviously isn't as important as the actual Crown Prince, and he has less obligations on who he's supposed to be married to. Basically, he is a street fighter, and he does things that wouldn't be proper in like the royal court and how other people would see him if they knew he was actually the prince. But his brother's the only one that knows that he does these street fighting things. So basically Wolf is on his way back to Europe from America because his brother is getting married and he needs to be there, and that's his duty as a prince. So that's basically the main plot of the story. And now I'm going to get into a little bit more detail, and this is where, if you do not want spoilers on this book and you plan on reading this book sometime in the near future, please don't continue on, because I don't want to spoil you and I don't want you yelling at me for spoiling you. So, beginning, I do like how it's 5 different plot views and how they all weave into 1 or 2 different large stories. Marie Victoria is not in love with the prince, and she does not see him as handsome and as perfect as everybody else in the royal court sees him. And you learn to find out later that the prince is actually a Merlin, like Eowyn or her father, the lead mage of the royal kingdom, or of the empire. And basically, the crown prince, Leopold is his name, and he wants to take over the kingdom. And since he's not technically royalty because he was born as a bastard son, so he's technically not of complete royal nature, however you want to describe that. But he basically hazes everyone into thinking that he is this perfect man and he is the crown prince and he needs to be king, and that his younger brother is not as good and that he's not as admirable. But in actuality, the younger brother is the crown prince. During this time, Isabel is still in love with him, and she believes that they will be together forever and that he will find a way to be with her no matter what. But Leopold thinks otherwise, and he's like, no, I will have sex with you and I will do everything and I will keep you happy, and you will be my mistress after I marry Marie Victoria. And basically that's him challenging her virtue, saying that if you deny me that you will not be my mistress, and you tell everybody that I've used you like this, you will be put down on a lower level, and you will not be as influential as you are in this kingdom, even though you would never have been if I didn't marry you. And so during the book, and near the end, during the book, Isabel's older cousin Louis basically comes to her and says, did Leopold do this to you? Did he hurt you? Did he use you in inappropriate ways? Because he heard other men talking about her as such. Louis basically ends up challenging Leopold to a duel to clear his cousin's issue and to say that, oh, she's pure as a white bed sheet and she has never been touched, she is a virgin. And they go and they duel, and it's a guns duel, and Louis kills Leopold, the to-be king of the Franco-British Empire. And freaks out after that. Wolf is suddenly rushed into being king and marrying Marie Victoria, his best friend from childhood. But Wolf is in love with Ronan Astor, who he met on the boat to America. And on the boat to America, he proposed to Ronan. And my personal opinion is Ronan should have said yes. But you know, other people might think, hey, well, it's Wolf's duty to be king now, but we didn't know then that Wolf was going to be king because we didn't know Leopold would die. And Marie Victoria is in need of a king so they can finish the war in the Prussian Empire. And during this time, Marie Victoria is in love with her personal guard, Gil Cameron. And her personal guard, Gil Cameron, offers to take her away and they can get on a boat and get married and live happily ever after. And she follows through with it. She goes to an inn with Gil before the night before the boat is supposed to leave for America. But then she realizes that something is going to happen to the castle if she doesn't go back, because there was this strange smell when she snuck out and stuff like that. And if she doesn't, the castle will burn and blah blah blah. And that's how they find out that Leopold was the one who put the stuff down there, and he was going to burn the castle, and he was going to make sure everybody died so he could be king. Or yeah, so he could be king of the empire himself, and he can choose his own wife, and basically everyone would have died except him, and it would have been bad. So I liked how the story developed there, but it didn't develop as well as I thought it should have at the end, because I wanted to know more about how Leopold did it and why he did it. And I'm sure maybe they'll talk about it in the next book, because it is supposed to be a series. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be a duology or a trilogy, or if there's supposed to be way more books than that. But I'm really excited for the next book to come out. And I'm really excited to see what happens with the characters in the book right now. And maybe it'll be a whole new set of characters, like in These Broken Stars, or like in the Cinder series, and they'll kind of like merge together. But we'll have to see. I'm really thrilled with how this book was written and how it ended. It was a little bit boring, but the Regency era has always intrigued me, so that made up for it. And I guess that's really it. So, if you have read this book, please comment down below what you thought of the book and how you think of my opinions, if they're not the same as yours. But yes, thank you for watching, and I will see you next week. I will link my Goodreads down below, my Twitter, and my Instagram, so you can check me out on all those social medias. Thank you for watching, and have a good weekend!